All right, let's dive into the world of Zensar Technologies. We all know them. They're a big player in the tech solutions market, but, we always try to go deeper here. Today, we're breaking down their Q3 FY25 results to really get a feel for what's driving their success, and we've got some pretty cool stuff to work with. Official company filings, a press release that paints, well, let's just say a pretty optimistic picture, and we even get to hear from the earnings call itself.
Sounds like a lot to unpack. It really is interesting, isn't it? You've got some tech companies struggling right now, but Zensar, well, they actually retorted 8.6% year-over-year revenue growth, hitting $157 million. But honestly, what really caught my eye was their order book,
Your order book.
a record high of $205.3 million. That's a sign of future growth, don't you think? It suggests they're in a really strong position, especially with all this economic uncertainty floating around.
Right. Everyone's talking about economic headwinds.
Yeah.
But looking at their order book, you have to wonder, are they winning deals that other companies are losing? I mean, what's the secret sauce here?
Well, if you want to understand those numbers, I think you got to look at what's actually driving them. A couple of areas really jump out: manufacturing and consumer services. They saw a 15.2% bump year over year, and healthcare and life sciences. Even better, a whopping 24% growth. These sectors are defying the odds.
Those are some serious gains.
Yeah.
So is this just Zensar riding some big industry wave, or are they doing something special here?
Probably a little bit of both, honestly. You look globally, those sectors are on fire. I mean, you've got digital transformation in manufacturing, personalized healthcare is booming. Zensar seems to have seen these trends early on, and they position themselves perfectly to take advantage.
So they're not just riding the wave, they're choosing which wave to ride. Pretty savvy. But, they've always been strong in the telecom, media, and technology sector, right?
Yeah.
But that slice of their revenue pie seems to be shrinking.
It is.
So are they moving away from tech where things can be a bit volatile, or are they maybe missing out on some really big opportunities?
That's where Zensar's strategy gets really interesting. I think they see how unpredictable the tech market can be. They're diversifying to build something more stable, not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Laying it smart, especially in these uncertain times.
Yeah.
But it's not just about playing it safe, right? They're also pouring resources into operational excellence, client centricity, and of course you can't forget about investing in their people. Now, are these just buzzwords, or is there real substance behind them?
Oh, there's definitely more to it than just fancy corporate talk. Look at their utilization rates. They're way up, which means more efficiency. Plus, their attrition rates are down. So they're creating a work environment that people actually want to stay in. And when they talk about investing in their people, they mean it. They're actively upskilling their workforce, especially in AI.
Can't get away from AI these days, can you? But is Zensar just jumping on the AI bandwagon, or are they actually doing something innovative with it? Are they creating real value for their clients?
They're going beyond the hype. They're actually building solutions that tackle real business problems. A good example, they've got this AI platform that helps manufacturers predict when equipment's going to fail. That lets their clients cut downtime by as much as 15%, saving a ton of time and money.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Tangible results. And they're also seeing a lot of success with their annuity-based revenue streams. Could you break that down for our listeners? What does that mean, and why is it a big deal for Zensar?
Sure, annuity-based revenue is all about recurring income from things like long-term contracts or subscriptions. It's different from one-off projects because it provides a steady, predictable flow of cash. That kind of stability is golden in a shaky economy. And the fact that Zensar is focused on growing these revenue streams tells you they're thinking long-term, aiming for sustainable growth.
Forward thinking, building a solid foundation, but they're not afraid to make bold moves either. In the earnings call, they talked about this new purpose statement. Together, we shape experiences for better futures. Sounds pretty good, but is it just marketing fluff, or does it really reflect a change in their approach?
I think it shows they're serious about creating experiences that are not just good for business, but also have a positive impact overall. It resonates with clients who want partners who get them, and with employees who want to be part of something meaningful.
I like it. A company that wants to make a difference. And it seems like that message is resonating with their employees, too. They're reporting their lowest voluntary attrition rate in years. That says a lot about their culture, doesn't it?
It definitely does. People want to work for companies that share their values, and Zensar, they seem to be hitting the mark. Client centricity, employee well-being, creating a better future, it's attracting and keeping top talent.
And all that focus on people seems to be paying off in other ways, too. Like some of those client wins they highlighted in Q3 were pretty impressive. They snagged a partnership with a British retail banking firm, providing end-to-end cloud and infrastructure services. That's a big deal, right? Makes you think they're becoming a go-to partner for these huge financial institutions going through these massive digital transformations.
Yeah, it shows they're not just offering bits and pieces, they're providing that comprehensive support, helping clients navigate their entire digital journey.
And when it comes to comprehensive solutions, they also locked in a deal with a global insurance company. They're developing machine learning solutions to detect fraudulent complaints. That's a perfect example of AI being used to solve a real problem, not just a buzzword.
Totally. It's fascinating how they're applying AI to these very specific, very important challenges. They're really tailoring solutions to fit what each industry needs.
And they're doing it across different sectors. They won a project to migrate a logistics application for a leading online grocery company. Using AI to optimize the whole process, they're even partnering with an enterprise software group to boost their site reliability engineering, ensuring smooth and dependable performance for mission-critical applications. Talk about versatility.
All of these wins, they really highlight Zensar's strengths. They're not just an IT services company. They're bringing cloud infrastructure, AI, real domain expertise. It all adds up to tangible value for their clients. And they're not afraid to team up with other companies to make their solutions even more powerful.
And they're not limiting themselves geographically either. They're expanding their reach into Africa, implementing a leads management system for a major financial services group in South Africa. They're thinking globally and acting strategically.
Absolutely. Expanding into new markets like Africa is a smart move. There's so much potential for growth in those regions.
Okay, so they're doing well. They're winning big deals, expanding globally, articulating a strong purpose. But we can't forget we're still in a bit of a shaky economic climate. Manish Tandon, their CEO, even acknowledged this uncertainty in the earnings call. But he did sound cautiously optimistic. Mentioned seeing early signs of a rebound in discretionary spending. So how should we interpret that optimism, given the bigger economic picture? Are there any red flags we should be watching out for?
I think it's smart to be a little cautious about the optimism. I mean, yeah, their performance and outlook are positive, but the global economy is still pretty volatile. You've got inflation, geopolitical stuff happening, potential slowdowns in key markets. All of that could impact their growth.
So it's like proceed with cautious optimism,
Hmm.
right? Okay, I get it. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. AI. Zensar really seems to be pushing the limits of what's possible. They're going beyond the hype, creating solutions that are actually changing how their clients do business. But with all this AI focus, is there a risk they could be neglecting other important stuff?
It's a good question. Their AI focus is great, but they can't forget about other emerging technologies. Cybersecurity, data privacy, regulatory compliance, those things are all still super important. They need a balanced approach.
Right. It's about finding that balance between innovation and making sure you've got a solid foundation. And speaking of solid foundations, their commitment to sustainability is pretty impressive. They jumped up in their EcoVadis score from the 53rd to the 84th percentile. And for anyone who doesn't know, that rating looks at a company's sustainability performance. Things like the environment, labor and human rights, ethics, sustainable procurement, all that good stuff.
That jump in their EcoVadis score, that shows a real commitment to doing things the right way. And it's not just about the environment. They've had their net zero greenhouse gas emission targets approved by the Science-Based Targets Initiative. That shows you they're serious about sustainability across the board.
It's great to see a company not just chasing profits, but also taking responsibility for their environmental and social impact. Seems like they're doing all the right things. But are there any potential traps they need to watch out for as they keep moving forward? What could trip them up along the way?
Yeah, it's great to see them taking such a holistic approach. But like any company, they're going to face some hurdles, right? What are some of the things they need to watch out for as they grow?
Well, the tech services industry,
Yeah.
it's cutthroat out there. They're competing with global giants, companies with tons of resources, and a long history. To keep this momentum going, they've got to keep innovating.
So no resting on their laurels. What else?
Managing that growth effectively, as they expand into new markets, take on these bigger, more complex projects, they need the talent, the infrastructure, the right processes.
So it's not just about winning deals, it's about delivering on those promises, right?
Exactly.
And with AI being such a big focus for them, could that be a distraction? Could they spread themselves too thin? It's possible. They've got to be careful not to lose sight of other important technologies. And things like cybersecurity, data privacy, keeping up with regulations, all that stuff's still super important.
It's a balancing act for sure. And, even with all the AI and automation, we can't forget about the human side of things. People are still the heart of any successful business.
Couldn't agree more. Zensar needs to keep nurturing that culture they've built. Client centricity, employee engagement, talent development, those are the things that are going to keep them ahead of the game.
Keep those employees happy and motivated. Sounds like they've got a lot to juggle. But let's end on a positive note. What gets you excited about Zensar? What makes you think they've got what it takes to win in the long run?
Honestly, their strategy, their adaptability, it's really impressive. They're willing to change their business model, embrace new technologies, dive into new markets. Their focus on sustainability, on ethical practices, that sets them apart. And it attracts the right clients, the right talent. But most importantly, they're focused on delivering real value through innovation, especially in AI. That's what makes them a leader in this ever-changing world.
They seem ready to face the challenges ahead, but the real question is, can they turn this potential into lasting success? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Well, this deep dive has been fascinating. We've learned a lot about Zensar. I think their story proves that agility, adaptability, and a commitment to delivering real value, those are the keys to success in today's world.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Zensar, they're definitely a company to keep your eye on. They're showing us that even in a tech landscape that's changing every day, a focus on people, on purpose, on innovation, that's a winning combination. So keep exploring the world of tech and business. Let Zensar's journey inspire you. Yeah. Embrace change, challenge the status quo, and create your own path to success.
Until next time.